Hello, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Shantel Russo and I am the founder and creator of simplyshantel.com, which is a fashion, beauty, and lifestyle blog. And on this channel, we discuss fashion, beauty, lifestyle, and travel. So today I wanted to come and show my empties. I remember back in the day, back in YouTube days, people used to do empties all the time, and it's actually one of my favorite YouTube videos to watch because I think it's so informative, especially if you love beauty and skincare and stuff like that. For me personally, it takes a while before I can get a lot of empties because I'm always trying something new and I have so many products that I genuinely use that it takes a while for me to actually finish something, and I always feel like if I actually finish something, then I know it's the real deal. Now, just because I finish something doesn't necessarily mean I would repurchase, and I feel like there's some of those in here, if I'm not mistaken, that we will go through. So I feel like empties are always a really good way if you are in the market for new beauty products. It's a good way to see what's out there, what people like, what they don't, and ultimately what they feel is worth using up. So without rambling or taking too long, let's get started. I don't know if you can tell because the lighting, but I have the most divine lip combo on today. So if you follow me on Instagram, which you should, at Shantel Russo, I'm always kind of sharing my lip combos because, as you know, it's never just one product. It's always 3 to 4. I love the Rimmel lip liner in Cafe au Lait. I think if you are my skin tone or deeper, it is a phenomenal nude brown. It is so good, it is so pigmented, and it's at the drugstore and it's so cheap. And then I'm wearing MAC Wasaga Twirl. It's a matte lipstick. This is from their Cherry Blossom collection. I don't remember when that came out, at least a year ago. It's been a while. And then the NARS Orgasm Full Vinyl Lip Lacquer. So not the lip gloss, this is the lip lacquer, the one that is very, very shimmery, just to give a little bit of added dimension to the lip. And I love the way it turned out. I wanted something that was cute and pink that would go with my sweater, but I didn't want a very, very pink look. This is from Zara. I got this in Amsterdam in beginning of December. So super cute, it's cropped, and yeah, I just think it's a nice sweater. It's not too pink, if you know what I mean. First up, Empties Murad Environmental Shield Advanced Active Radiance Serum. This is part of their vitamin C line. Again, if we're on Insta together, I talk about this vitamin C very often. It's one of the few vitamin Cs I've ever tried that doesn't break me out. For some reason, I haven't really narrowed down what or why, but some vitamin Cs do cause my skin to break out and clog my pores. This one has never done that. They have another serum in their line as well, and they're both phenomenal. I've used both over the past few years. This one is just my most recent, completely done. I've already cracked open the top, tried to dig whatever I could out just this morning. I love this serum. It goes well with everything. It's a nice daily consistent serum that layers well, doesn't break me out, isn't greasy, helps to protect my skin. What you'll notice with vitamin C serums is that you may not notice a real difference in your skin from day to day, week to week. It's really doing the work beneath the scenes and behind the scenes to really protect your skin, give that free radical protection from free radical damage and pollution and things like that, with a slight evenness to tone. If you are suffering from really bad pigmentation or uneven skin tone, a vitamin C serum is great to use, but there are other things on the market that would give you a much quicker and faster result. And once you have gotten rid of the base issue, you would help to maintain that with something like a really good vitamin C. This one specifically says helps to boost brightness, even skin tone, and reverse visible signs of environmental damage. That is really the key that I look for and that I'm using in a vitamin C serum, is really that environmental damage that I spoke of earlier. But this one from Murad, I love the line. line, and yeah, another empty, and I probably will replace this. Next up is Differin Gel. This is a acne retinol gel. I have talked about this on Insta before. If you are in Canada, I believe you need a prescription. If you are in the US or the UK, you can pick it up right off the shelves. This is how it looks in the US. This is one that I finished, and then I've already repurchased the one in the UK, so it looks a bit different. Highly recommend for anyone suffering from breakouts that you're past that age where you have acne, but consistent breakouts are a thing. So my plus 27 crew, this is a really great option. I find that it works really well. You put it on at night, you wake up, and you will notice a difference in your skin. If you've got heavy breakouts that you want to get rid of, use it nightly, protect in the day with a sunscreen, and you will absolutely notice a difference on your skin. Not super expensive, no frills. This is something that I always have in my skincare cabinet, even if I'm not suffering from breakouts, because I know that whenever they come from traveling, stress, hormones, whatever, it's the first thing that I'd reach for. So highly recommend, and I already have another one, so of course I'd repurchase. Wild Rose Caress Oil. Now, I have a very long-term love affair with Caress. I was first introduced to the line years ago when I worked at Sephora, and that was when Sephora Canada used to carry the line, and Sephora in the US. They went through some restructuring. I believe they were a public company, then the family that originally started it wanted it back again, and the only thing about Caress is that it's hard to track down. I believe it's sold in Ulta in the US. I don't believe it's at Sephora's anymore. You may find some stuff on Sephora.com, I'm not 100% sure. In the UK, I have no idea where it's sold. This was my last stash that I had before I moved to the UK, and I've been kind of like using it sparingly for that reason. So they have a Wild Rose line, which is their brightening line, and this is advanced brightening nourishing face oil. The reason why I love this, honestly, bottom line, is that this is the only face oil I've ever used other than Sunday Riley Luna that does not break my skin out. It doesn't clog my pores. It's not heavy. It truly just adds radiance to my skin. I've tried rosehip oil before, which is a very popular option. Unfortunately, I do find that it's a bit too heavy, at least the ones that I've tried. This is a perfect balance. This goes with everything. If I have a moisturizer and it's really cold that day and I feel like I need to amp it up, I can put 1 to 2 drops in my moisturizer. If my foundation is just sitting a little flat, I can add a drop into my foundation. I can use this on its own. I can use this on my cuticles. I can use a little bit on the ends of my hair. Like, this is truly multi-purpose. It smells divine. It's got bits of rose inside. Ugh, I love the way it smells. I have had this, like I said, just over a year and a bit. So it definitely lasts long, and a little bit goes a long way. There's a little bit left that I'm gonna try and hold on to because I need to figure out where I can get it, because I really don't know where to get it in the UK, and I think I went on their website and they were sold out of this, which is a bum because I really, really want it. Highly, highly recommend. I am normal skin, breakout prone, but I do have to think of like anti-aging and preventative because I'm at that age, and I just find that this is just such a gentle oil that gives me the hydration without the grease and without the breakouts and without the heaviness. It really gives me hydration and the glow that I want from an oil. So I'm sorry if that's vague, but I highly recommend this. This is actually my second bottle, and I will hold on to this until I can find a third. So this is from the drugstore, which, I'll be honest, I'm a bit of a drugstore snob. A little bit when it comes to makeup, but a lot when it comes to skincare. I just don't find that most drugstore skincare is very effective. I think once you're used to using a certain level of skincare and ingredients and, you know, potencies and stuff like that, and you get facials, it's hard for me to justify going to the drugstore to get skincare because I just don't find that it works. For some people, cleansers and moisturizers are an easy fix, but I find that the cleansers there just aren't that good, or they're too harsh, and then the moisturizers there always clog my pores or are very greasy. I've never found a moisturizer in the drugstore that I like, so with drugstore skincare, I'm just never really like set on it. With the exception of this guy, this is the L'Oreal Clear Scrub. This is the Sugar Scrub. If you are really good on social, you probably remember when these came out. They've got the scrubs, they've got the masks. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing online. I saw it for a long time. Lots of influencers were sponsored by it. It was a whole thing. But this one, it's like melon. It's got like, you know, the seeds in there or whatever. It looks like if you were to cut open a kiwi inside. It smells amazing. Obviously, it's got the actual sugars in there. So I like this because, contrary to popular belief, I actually enjoy a physical exfoliation. Sometimes you just need it, especially if you've got quite a bit of peach fuzz like I do. I haven't kept up with dermaplaning since I've been in London because I just find that the people that offer it, it's just way too expensive. I just find it's overpriced here for what it is. I know you can do it at home. I don't know if I trust myself to do that at home. So sometimes you just need a physical exfoliation. I use chemical peels all the time. I use chemical exfoliation, but there's nothing like really breaking up that dead skin, clearing out your pores a little bit better, giving your skin like a good hard little nudge, and then rinsing and putting something else on top. You feel the difference immediately in a way that is very different from chemical exfoliation. I bought this on a whim because I was like, that looks cute. I could try it. Like, it's just a scrub, no big deal. And I actually ended up loving it. I know there's still some in here. This has like 2 more uses and it's done. And I will absolutely repurchase this. I love it. This is very hydrating, but not greasy and not clingy and no film on your skin after. This is a good scrub to use in the morning because you get that hydration going, you wash off everything from the night, but you're not left stripped and dry. And it gives a great base to kind of put on your skincare and your makeup afterwards. I really like this, which is very shocking to me that I like something so much that is skincare from the drugstore. I'm honest, I'm gonna be honest, it's very shocking, but I really like this. Next up is the Omorovixa Gold Night Drops. First off, this is basically an encapsulated retinol. So it is a retinol formula that is encapsulated, so it's super gentle. You don't even really feel like it's traditional retinol. Like, there's no peeling or anything like that that you might encounter with like some of the SkinCeuticals type of retinol or the Drunk Elephant. Like, because it's encapsulated, it tends to break down and release, not break down, but release through over time. I love this. The texture and the color and the smell is almost identical to the Ordinary's retinol. That's like the 2% in the dropper. I owned that one, and in all honesty, I don't find that it did much for my skin. Now, that's to say that because I use such active retinols in the past, that maybe that one was just a bit too gentle for me, so I didn't really notice a difference. If you've never used retinol before, it's a good option, and obviously it's gonna be in and around $10, if that. This one is definitely a luxe product, but with this, I notice a difference in my skin. If my skin is really acting up, or it just feels dull, or just feels like a little bit unlively, or if I've got something important the next day, so if I'm gonna shoot the next day, or if I got an event, I will do the Dr. Dennis Gross peel pads, and then I will put some of this over top of my face, and I'll go straight to bed. When I wake up the next day, my skin is absolutely flawless. Like, it is clear, it is hydrated, it is supple, it is absolutely perfect. I love this. I'm on my second one right now. No, I'm sorry, it's my second or my third. I can't remember, one or the other. So gentle, so easy to use. You just kind of open up the top and you just kind of boop into your hand. This one is pretty much done. There's like a tiny bit in the bottom that I gotta try and like pump out the hard way, but highly recommend. If you are more into the luxury point of view, you will definitely really appreciate this, and you should honestly try the brand. I've never used anything from Omorovixa that I haven't enjoyed. Right now I'm trying out their Blue Concentrate Essence. Loving it so far. A sample that was in the Harrods advent calendar. I have their mist, which I really like as well, and I think the next product I want to try from them is their essential vitamin C serum. But yes, love this, and I'm already using my backup, so highly recommend. Last but definitely not least is the SkinCeuticals HA Intensifier. This is everything. It is a hyaluronic acid serum. Now, I know that hyaluronic acid serums are, not to say a dime a dozen, but They are very popular. They really kind of took off, I would say, in the last 2-3 years. You can find almost every price point, and almost every brand has some sort of hyaluronic acid booster, something of the sort that is really about drawing in moisture, keeping it there, and that's it. I find that this one is a bit different because it's not super thin, which I like. It's a bit thicker. When I use it, it's almost like it has honey in it. I know it doesn't, but that's kind of what it reminds me of. It's a bit sticky. Any good hyaluronic acid serum will be that way, both in texture and the way it looks and when you put it on the skin. But this one doesn't stay sticky, and that's what I like about it, in my opinion. I think once it goes on and you've kind of mushed it and massaged it into your skin, it dissipates. Some tend to stay sticky, and because they stay sticky, it can be hard to layer on top. I never have an issue with this. I've used this to the bare bone. Some people describe it as a filler in a bottle. You really want to work it into the areas that you're suffering from. So I've got nasolabial folds that actually really bother me. That's like the only wrinkle imperfection on my skin that really drives me crazy. And this specifically helps to improve the firmness, the elasticity, and the plumpness of nasolabial folds, as well as crow's feet and marionette lines. So the fact that it's a bit more than an HA intensifier, to be honest, it's not just a hyaluronic acid, it's also helping with your skin's firmness, not just plumpness, because most hyaluronic acid, especially the ones that are at a lower price point, they're really just going to help to plump and stuff like that. This one is a little bit different. There's other extracts and stuff like that that are in it to really help with like anti-aging and really helping to like fill in those lines, hence why some people call it like a filler in a bottle. My experience with this has been absolutely amazing. I love it. I've already ordered another one and it is on its way because this is something I use every day, whether I'm breaking out, whether it's night, day, going to an event, wearing no makeup, wearing a face full of makeup, like whatever it is, I wear this and I never not use it. Summer, whatever, I'm always using it. So yeah, I really like it. And if you've never tried SkinCeuticals, I would highly recommend you try this. This is one of their best-selling products. I'm actually going to create a blog post, so stay tuned for that, about some of my holy grails from different brands, whether it's one product or it's a million products, just to let you guys know that when it comes to a certain brand, this is what I like. And here's a sneak peek. This will definitely be in my SkinCeuticals post, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't gone to the blog, simplyshantel.com, you can also sign up for my newsletter, in which you get blog posts delivered straight to your inbox. You don't have to fluff around, and we have some new content coming this year, so definitely stay out for that. And I believe the new content will probably be only for newsletter subscribers, so simplyshantel.com for all the details. And that's it. These are my empties. I don't want to say they're January empties because I highly doubt I will have another batch of empties for February. All of these pretty much took me a couple months, maybe last 2 months to get together, so I doubt I'll have another. But if you have any other video requests or content requests, please send them through. I'm working on another like life update in London type of video. So if you've got questions about living in London and how my transition has been and my experience, please let me know. Leave them down below, or you can always DM me on Instagram at Shantel Russo. And until then, guys, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I will see you in the next one.